Well, welcome back to Mainely Motorsports. We're here with Amy Harrop, and I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing that you're back for your second week in a row, and really want to thank you for taking on an expanded role with us here at Mainely Motorsports.
No problem. It's been fun so far. Definitely a learning experience because I'm just so used to doing my writing thing, as a lot of people know. So this is different, stepping out in front of a camera, but it gives me more opportunities to kind of almost bring my writing to life and bring ideas to life on camera, and it's been enjoyable so far. So I'm still here.
So far, so good. But have you run into people now that are like, "Hey, I saw you on TV," or "Wow, that was you," you know?
I have a lot of people that I work with that didn't know what I've been doing with Mainly Motorsports, which is cool to see them sharing stuff that I've done. My dad called me this morning, and he was talking about how he was watching me on his TV yesterday and how he's going to brag to all his friends that, "Oh, my daughter's famous on TV." I'm like, "Okay, Dad, yep, I'm famous."
Yeah.
Local superstar.
Superstar.
It's been
that is one of the things, and as we bring people on as guests and part of the furniture like we are turning into, is they do get recognized, and that's good. We have a really great following, and I wish I could say how many people tune in each week, because everybody wants to know when you go to an advertiser, or people say, "How many people watch that show?" I don't know, but I hear it all the time. I was out during a snowstorm last week, working for LST Landscaping and shoveling snow, and a guy came out and he says to me, he goes, "What I want to know is, why is the guy on TV shoveling snow?" I'm like, it's because it helps pay the bills, but it is funny when you just get recognized out of the environment, and you'll see more and more of that. And like I said, anything we can do to help you with your website and help get the name out there, and you've really come up with some great ideas already. Really excited about the roundtable discussions we're going to be putting on at the Portland Expo show, talking to drivers and management. Drivers and management sitting at the same table. Something we hear about all the time in professional sports that doesn't happen, only when they argue. And we're going to put drivers and management together from the likes of Star Speedway, Lee Speedway, Beech Ridge Motor Speedway, hoping Oxford's available, Wiscasset, some of the, just to talk about, and it isn't a negative thing, it's a thing of, talk about the upcoming season, some of the changes that have been made in the off season, some of the new drivers coming in, some of the old drivers coming back, what they hope, the schedules, so really, really excited about that. And you're lining up a very diversified group with some of the tracks, and really, really excited about that.
I'm really excited about it too. It's just something I thought would be great to just get drivers together to collaborate, but like you said, like managers of tracks too, because track promoters, people that manage these tracks, are so excited for the season. But during race season, it's just crazy in the pits. People don't get to talk. It'll be interesting to see how drivers and management come together, talk about things like rule changes. Like we talked about drivers coming back. A lot of drivers have big changes coming. And I think it's really important to get the perspective of not only veteran drivers, but rookie drivers as well that are new to divisions, so we can kind of get a feel from how people from different standpoints feel about the racing season altogether.
And as I've talked to people during the off season, up at the Augusta show, and just on phones, text and stuff, everybody's optimistic of their 2018 race season. They've a lot of them have done some different things with the schedules, but they've got a lot of familiar things still in place and on board. So I think it's going to be pretty neat. I think 2018 is going to be a fun season. I mean, it's kicking off right around the corner with Daytona, Speed Weeks. I know we got some guys from up here in the north going down. Derek Griffith are going to be down there, and there's always that other guy that's surprising that shows up for a few races. And so I'm excited to get the season kicked off. You're probably wondering why there ain't been no Super Bowl talk. Well, we're taping the show before the Super Bowl. As you can see where her heart lies. I'm still hoping for that 0-0 tie that nobody wins, but chances are that didn't happen. And either, I don't know, there's going to be some happy people somewhere, and, chances are it's Patriot Nation, but I don't know. This is almost a week after the fact, so who knows what happened last weekend, but somebody's happy, somebody's sad. But who cares, really? The Cowboys in it, who really cared, I'm sure everybody can. But no, we're really excited, and race and preview 2018 coming up at the Portland Expo, February 23rd and 24th, presented by LST Landscaping once again. Really excited for them to step up, and you know, it was pretty cool that you know, and this is, and we were talking about it before we even, you know, came on air to talk about the show. Talking about sponsors and supporting and how you support your tracks, and I encourage these drivers all the time. Just do the right thing. Be vocal. Be, you know, even the fans. And we had a situation this week where, you know, the owner of LST Landscaping, Ryan Weimert, was, you know, at a bank, and one of the employees at the bank, who was a racer, races Thursday Thunder, came over and thanked him for his support of Race and Preview, because he's seen us talk about it on the show, knew they did it last year, you know, and that stuff goes a long ways. And like I said, it's no different than supporting a sponsor, you know, that whether it's a restaurant that's involved in a car or a track or a store or a product, you know, it's getting out and supporting the people that support the sport.
And with a day and age where money is so important to keep these race teams thriving, especially when we're talking local short tracks like we do every week, these are the teams that need it the most. And it's really important for not only for a driver to support the sponsor, but it goes both ways. And it's always nice to just hear words of encouragement. And you can get sponsors if you're willing to put in the work. And putting in the work isn't something like going and doing something crazy and, you know, investing all your time to a sponsor. It's, you know, a simple thank you.
It's those giving back things, and I've always said that. You know, I don't. My sponsorship that I do for people really doesn't have much to do with wins. I love to be involved in a guy that wins. I love all of that, you know. But I call sponsoring a guy that wins, that's like putting the mud flaps on the new Ford you just bought. That's a bonus. You know what I mean? I want them at the shows, whether they're there with their car or just there as a person, walking around, being a part of it, intertwining, intermingling. Because they're not only supporting the show, and it just so happens that I own the two of them, they're supporting the tracks and the tours that are in them shows, that have invested time and sent up their management team to put a display on and be there to answer questions. So they're supporting them. They're supporting their competitors that might race a different track or the class that they race. They're supporting them that have brought their cars, you know, and those are the things that I look for in people, and I encourage in people. And I know everybody's busy and, oh, you got to wait for me, or, you know, and I get it. I absolutely get it. But you really need to do the right things, and those things get recognized. And so many people don't understand, and I'm really looking forward to. You've given me an idea, which me and Tim Devine from OT Motor Sales talked about a couple of years ago, doing a discussion and having. I want to talk to sponsors, guys that have sponsored cars and what they look for, guys that used to sponsor in the sport and don't want anything to do with it anymore. And that's harsh words to hear, but there are guys that spent a lot of money in the sport and felt like either they were not taken care of, they were taken advantage of, they were oversold and underdelivered, and there's a lot of them out there. And I tell people all the time, sometimes it's easier to get a sponsor than it is to keep the sponsor. And the nice thing is, what any of us want to do is the following year, just know that the check's coming because we did all the right things.
With sponsorship, it's almost like a relationship of trust. You, as a person, you have the TV show. I have like my own website as well as doing this, and you know, we talked about earlier. You don't necessarily make a lot of money from these things, but you really want to help out people that help you out. I sponsored a driver last year that I've been friends with for a few seasons, Charlie, and it was just an added bonus that he ended up winning 4 races. But you just jump on board with people that you can trust that are going to do the right thing, are going to thank you week after week, and have shown you support for, you know, something that you love. Racing's what they love, and you know, we show support to them, and it's nice to feel it in return. And you know, like we talked about, like sponsors, some sponsors are just giving up because a lot of drivers, you know, I'd like to think that a lot of drivers are good people on and off the track.
They are.
But it's just, it can't be all take. It has to be some give as well. And like I said, it's not going like football, like fields, like, and to make things like happen for tracks. It's just, you know, simple thank yous, you know, coming out and bringing a car out somewhere, you know. Being involved in these businesses, coming out to support their own drivers, their own tracks means everything.
Yeah.
It's everything.
No, absolutely. But that's great because that leads me to our next couple segments, and we're going to hear from some of the drivers that were at the Northeast Motorsports Expo and talking about their upcoming season, their past season, and they were there, and I appreciate that. And so and same thing. They're getting some, I call it free airtime, but they're getting some airtime on the show to promote themselves, promote their, and I throw that out there so many times to people. Hey, anybody ever wants to come on the show and, talk about your sponsors or your upcoming season? I hear crickets. That's all I hear. So we're here for you, and we like to hear the stories. And like I said, one of my favorite shows I ever did, since I've taken this over, was I reached out to a young man, Dan Winter, that races over at Beach Ridge Motor Speedway, Pro Series 81. Not a household name. Ain't going to make you forget about Mike Rose and Ben Rose or, Bobby Randalls or Ralph Cusacks. But he's a guy that loves the sport and gives back. And I had him on for an entire episode, and it was just one of my favorite shows. It took me back to simplicity. The guy had different goals and what he was looking for versus what others were looking for, and his goals were very obtainable, but there was just so much more behind the story, and so we really encourage the drivers to do the right things, and whether it's with us or at the shows or at the track, or support your sponsors, support the tracks, and like I said, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to hear from some of the drivers that were up at the Augusta show.
Hi, I'm Sean Moody. We take pride in our facilities, and at Moody's, it's what's inside that matters. We believe it's more than just the exterior looking good, it's what's inside that matters. Restoring the structure of your vehicle to factory specs is critical to your safety. I'm proud of our Moody's co-worker owners who understand the importance of protecting a valuable asset. And we all know what our most valuable asset is. It's what's inside that matters.
Ignition won't turn? Wait, don't tow it. It may just be a one key. Hi, I'm Jim Broadhurst, owner of eKeys for Cars of Saco. At eKeys for Cars, we'll diagnose your problem over the phone and give you a firm quote. No bait and switch here. Whenever or wherever you're stuck, eKeys for Cars will come to you. Call eKeys for Cars in Saco, the fast, affordable fix for your car key and lock needs.
Mainly Motorsports, brought to you by LKQ Core. Any part, any repair, anywhere. Located on Route 202 in Gorham.
We are here with Bryce Maines from Oxford Plains Speedway. You have a new car behind us. Can you tell us a little bit about how your 2017 season went, how you felt about it, and what your new plans are for 2018?
Yeah, we had a great season in 2017. We had 7 feature wins. And we were lucky enough to win at 2 different tracks. We won the first opener at Oxford, and we won Beach Ridge the week after. And it kept going from there. We won all kinds of races. We finished up front. It seemed like every other week, and just running with the top dogs. Billy Childs was fast, and we got to run with him. Tyler, Whittier. Just being able to show up every week and know you have a car that's fast. It doesn't get any better than that. And it was just so consistent. Rodney Williams provided us with great stuff. We had great sponsors. That's what makes these cars go round. And I'm looking forward to this car. We got some really good sponsors. Lee's Family Trailer out of Wyndham. They got awesome prices and they're great people. I'm happy to have that team on board. And Bear Arms Sporting Goods, Smith Electric, Mike Poland Construction, Trash Man, my dad, my brother, just the whole crew. I got a good crew chief, and it's going to be a great year.
Awesome. And we talked about some of the big races coming to Oxford this upcoming season. So what are you looking forward to most, and what are some of your big goals for 2018?
Well, I know I'm not going to be dominant like I was in my street stock. It kind of snaps you back to reality knowing when you hop into one of these, you got to be happy with 10th right off the bat. You're not going to go out and win. It is what it is. So I'm just excited to break the top 10 the first couple of weeks and just go from there. And maybe even at the end of the season, if we're comfortable, run in the 250. So, we may not be a top dog in that, but we're going to be there, and I'm hoping we can at least qualify.
Awesome. And you talked a lot about the different sponsors on your race car. Can you talk a little bit about what went into the design for this race car and how that came about?
Well, we went down to Lee's Family Trailer and worked out a deal with them, and we kind of had a color because they were on the hood and the rear quarter, so we knew what we kind of had to go with. Kind of had a little bit of work with Jim Bennett of Bear Arms Sporting Goods. That's where we keep the car. They provide all kinds of stuff for us. And yeah, we kind of worked something out, and we sent it to Connor McDougall at Elevate Designs, and he ran with it for sure. And he created this awesome design. I mean, it's not in your face neon, but he made it work, and I love it. And he's the best. So.
And then lastly, who are some of the people that you'd like to thank for helping you get you into this new ride in 2018, and who helped you out get to this point, and who's going to help you out beyond this point?
Well, we were sitting there last year, and I was at my house, and the pipes had froze in my house. Not froze, but they had a problem with water. And I got a text. It was Jim Bennett and Mary at Bear Arms Sporting Goods, and I said, "What do you think about running a Super Late model?" And I just about dropped my phone when I got that text, and it was unbelievable. It's really a dream come true. I've watched all these greats like Dave Dion, DJ Shaw, Dale Shaw. I've watched all of them growing up, and Jeff Taylor, and it's an honor to run one of these. I don't know what I would do without Jim and Mary and these great sponsors, my brother and our crew chief. He's really put us in the right direction. I can't thank him enough for everything he's done, and it really is. It's Jim and Mary. They are truly the best, and they're great people. They got great guns up there, Bear Arms Sporting Goods. So it's an awesome location. So.
Awesome. Well, we look forward to seeing what you can do in 2018.
Thank you very much.
We are here with Chris Matchett at the Northeast Motorsports Expo here in Augusta. Can you tell us a little bit about your car and what you're looking forward to in the 2018 season?
Well, we're hoping for a little better outcome. We did pretty good last year, got second in points, had finished off the year real strong, won the last heat race and the last feature in the last week. Got to make a few adjustments this year, send the motor out, get rebuilt, a few minor changes to the suspension of the car, and we should be good for next year.
Awesome. And then looking at, there's a bunch of good-looking race cars here from Speedway 95. Is there anything that goes into the thought process of what your paint scheme is going to be for the upcoming year, and who helps you out in designing that for you?
Yeah, I go, I give him an idea, show him a picture of a car that I kind of like the looks of, and then he runs with it, and he come up with a scheme, and I got to thank Shadow at Groundhog Graphics for doing it all and doing it in short notice. A week ago it was all white, so he did good, and I was real happy with the way the car came out.
And Speedway 95 is your home track, but is there any other tracks that you are going to or planning to venturing out to for the 2018 race season?
Yeah, we stay at Bangor most of the time. We run there weekly every week, and usually we get 1 week off, and we run down. We actually run Saturday at Bangor and then go down to Wiscasset on Sunday and usually run the Coastal 200, and we'll probably do that again this year. But other than that, we don't adventure very far from Bangor right now. So.
And is there anyone that you'd like to thank for helping you get prepared for the 2018 season and that have helped you out along the way?
Most of all, I got to thank my dad and girlfriend Christy, but there's a lot of sponsors involved in racing that makes it so we can do what we want to do. So I got to thank HP Fairfield, Heights, E-Twin, Folsman Sons, Everest, Swartz Sweepers, Island Dairy Treat, Folsman Sons, and there's probably a lot of people that I'm missing too, but I got to thank all the people that helped me get to where we are.
Awesome. Well, thank you for joining us at the Northeast Motorsport Expo, and we look forward to seeing how you do in 2018.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
All right. I'm here with Connor McDougall of Elevate Design. In between two race cars that you actually designed. One behind us is your race car. This one's your dad, Steve's. Can you tell us a little bit about Elevate Designs, the cars you designed? Because we have this one, we have your dad's, we have Zach Nicholson's, we have another one over here from Speedway 95 that actually won Best Appearing Car. Yep. Tell us a little bit more about what you do with Elevate Designs and where we can see these cars this season.
Yeah, absolutely. I get my dad's car and my car primarily running at like Lee, or mostly Lee. I'm going to run my car at Loudon and whatnot. But you see Joey Doyon's car running at Speedway 95 and Wiscasset. Zach Nicholson's car, that'll be at Lee on Friday nights. And then you got Bryce Main's car down there at the end, that'll be running at Oxford. So a nice little variety. We got some old school stuff, some new school stuff. Super happy with how everything came out. I don't know, I'm just really pleased with the turnout here. So.
What does it mean for you to, design these cars on your own and then to win, these little awards that we have here, like the Best Appearing Super Street Sportsman, and Joey Doyen's over there won another award for Best Appearing Car. What does that mean to you? How much pride do you take in, knowing these are your cars, cars that you came up with the ideas for?
Yeah, absolutely. I take a lot of pride in everything I do. I don't know, in terms of design work, I really put 100% into it. And then my installs as well. When I'm doing a wrap, I want all the cars to look as clean as possible. So I do take a lot of pride in getting this little recognition stuff like Best in Show here, and for the late models and the super streets. It means a lot to me.
So as you said, you do a lot of different work for a lot of different race cars. Can you tell us just a little more about where you plan on running this car this season? I know you dive right into your business, so you don't have a lot of time to be out there on the racetrack, but I know I talked a little bit to your dad, Steve, about how he's looking forward to, being out there alongside you, and your brother Tanner as well is going to be at Beach Ridge again with a Wildcat. Kind of talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm really looking forward to racing with my dad. He hasn't raced since he was probably about 16 years old, so to be able to race against him, I think is going to be a lot of fun. We're going to keep it low-key, no points racing or anything like that. Just have some fun on a Friday night over at Lee, and see what else comes our way. Like I said, I really would like to plan on running Loudon. That's going to be my big race in late June. But other than that, like I said, we're going to be bouncing around, maybe hit up a couple open shows at the end of the year. Maybe the Aikido over at Speedway 95 is always a great event. But wherever, I don't know, just looking to have some fun. So
awesome. Well, thank you for joining us here at the Northeast Motorsports Expo, and look forward to seeing your cars on the track in 2018.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Hi, I'm Johnny Wolf. Here at 21st Century Motors, we've been in business since 1972, and we take pride in our work. We have a large selection of pre-owned vehicles that are clean and ready. I personally drive and state inspect every vehicle we sell. We're experts at getting your car financed, whether you have good, bad, or no credit. We purchase vehicles several times a week, so there's always plenty to choose from. Come on in and make a deal today at 21st Century Motors in Gorham, or online at 21stcenturymaine.com.
Don't deal with just anybody to seal coat your driveway or business this season. Call Black Magic. They bring over 20 years of experience in seal coating and crack filling. Black Magic's skilled team makes sure the job is always done right, on schedule with quality workmanship at a fair price. Protect your investment in your driveway by getting it sealed with Black Magic.
Ooh, Black Magic.
My name is Scott. This is Devin. We're the owners of Black Magic Seal Coating. Let us earn your business today. You'll be glad you did.
For a trusted name in residential and commercial site work in the southern Maine area, call Peter Pettit Excavating. We can handle everything from the complete house lot to those nasty water and sewer line repairs. Septic systems are another area that we specialize in. During the snow season, Pettit Excavating has the equipment to handle any size job.
And when the race season arrives, be sure to follow the number 7 Hewitt's Family Restaurant Chevrolet on the past Super Late Model Tour.
Call 207-282-9305 to get the job done right. That's Peter Pettit Excavating.
All right, we are here at the Northeast Motorsports Expo. I'm here with J.R. Robinson, representing his team in the ACT Tour. How's this weekend gone for you so far, and how do you like being a part of the Expo?
It's been a lot of fun. There's been quite a few people that showed up, talked to a lot of people, met a lot of new people, and it's been a good time, but it's getting to that point where it's time to load up and go back home, I think.
Yeah. All right. Well, what are some of the big things that you're looking forward to on the schedule coming up in 2018?
We haven't been to Oxford. We didn't go to Oxford last year at all, and I usually run pretty good there. That's one of my favorite tracks, and it's the closest track for me. That's only 2 hours, almost 3 hours from my house to get to Oxford. So we go there twice this year. Once is the night before the 250, so that's going to be a lot of fun. So I'd say that's probably the ones we look forward to the most.
Awesome. And there's obviously always a team of people behind these drivers that help make things possible and help make your 2018 season come to life. So who are some of the people that are here on your race car, and who would you like to thank for helping you get race ready for the season?
My crew is my mother and father and a good friend of mine, Casper and Sarge, and Hoyt, and Jacob's going to step up with us this year. But Aimed Recycling, Kenny Upol, Wheelhouse Restaurant, Reckner Painting, Camp Pickled, Rollins Recycling, a bunch of boats, lots of fishermen. I'm from the coast and know a lot of lots of fishermen, so a lot of them support me. We got Family Tradition, Captain Colin, Korea Choice, Risson Stace, Mama Tried, and Padasa on there. So lots of fishermen.
There's also a lot of beautiful race cars here this weekend. Is there anything that you think about when it comes to, you know, picking out like a paint scheme for the upcoming season?
Work store up there, Nick Huff has always done my vinyl, well, done it for a long time, and he does really good work. You can do it in one day, bring it, drop it off in the morning, pick it up that night, and so I just pretty much, you always just take the car up to him and drop it off and say, whatever you want to do it.
Awesome. Well, great looking race car, great season coming up, and we wish you the best of luck in 2018.
Thank you.
All right, I'm here with Reed Lamfer at the 2017 Northeast Motorsports Expo. Got your new car for 2018 behind us. Championship season 2017 at Beech Ridge, another one, second time in 3 years, was it? Talk to us a little bit about the season and just how getting that the second championship, what that means to you.
Yeah, we had a great season. I feel very lucky. A lot of things played out nice for us, and it doesn't happen like that every year. And hopefully we can have another good year this year.
Awesome, and a handful of big wins in 2017. Just fell a little bit short in the Oxford 250. What do you have? What are some of the ways? You had an excellent season, but what are some ways that you are looking to improve in 2018?
Yeah, second time runner-up in the 250. I don't know. Can't be more thankful for having for being on the podium twice. I mean, that's just feel very lucky, but frustrated. I really want to get a win this year. It's not going to be easy. That race is so hard. Like a lot of people have told me, you got to do 1,000 things right and can't do one thing wrong. And we just, I'm not sure what we can do better other than just a lot of it's luck. But just making sure we get the car going as good as possible. And there's always improvement to be made driving. So I'll do my best to not make any mistakes and be as cautious as possible to make sure we're there at the end.
Besides the 250, making it in, which is a big goal for everyone, what are some of the big races that you are looking forward to in the coming months?
We haven't set our schedule yet, but looking to do a similar schedule last year. Run Beech Ridge, then a lot of the big pass races. Not sure if we're doing the icebreaker yet or not, but we'll be doing all the big ones at Beech Ridge and Oxford for the pass series.
Awesome, and then your car's yet another one of the beautiful ones that are on display this weekend. Is there any thought process that goes into creating the new paint scheme for a car for a new season, and who would you like to thank for sponsors that are helping you out in 2018?
Yeah, the paint scheme, I kind of let Jason Ricker, my crew chief, kind of handle that, and he did a great job. I'm too indecisive. I'd never be able to come up with what I want to do, but it came out amazing. A lot of sponsors to thank. Team EJP. They got an awesome booth here at the Motorsports Expo. They've been with me for a long time. Very thankful for all their support. Mainly Batteries came on this year. Very excited to have them part of the team. Docs.com, Mission Trailers, Scott's Recreation, Fastway Trailer Products, then Main Equipment Rentals. Just got a lot of cool people behind us. Very, very thankful. It takes a true team effort to make it possible, so I feel very lucky.
Awesome. Well, thank you for joining us this weekend, and we look forward to seeing you in 2018.
Thank you very much.
All right. We are here with number 21, Zach Nicholson of Lee Motor Speedway this year. Can you tell us a little bit about the big changes you have moving from Beech Ridge to Lee for the 2018 race season?
So we're going down to Lee, which is a little bit longer, a little bit faster, a little bit more banked. Unlike Beech Ridge, which is a lot flat, it's a really flat track in my opinion. The other change we're going to have is the car. I mean, last year we were running street stock. This year we're going to be in a late model. We got a little bit more adjustments, a little bit more touchy compared to a street stock. Bigger division, a lot more people. People race different in this division. It's going to be a lot of fun, so I'm pretty excited.
So coming out of the 2017 race season, you kind of capped off the end of your year with a win. You had won Rookie of the Year previous year in 2016 at Beech Ridge. So what does it mean to just kind of end your, let's say, career at Beech Ridge on like that high note, and what went into getting that victory, and what were the feelings that you felt when you finally captured that first victory, not just a heat victory, but a victory in a main event?
I gotta admit, I wasn't really looking. Coming into the night, we had a little lower control arm problem, and we lost that in practice, and So he came out in the feature, just looking for a solid finish. We were sitting fourth in points at the time. I was just trying to finish ahead of Lewis Anderson, and I got out there, and car was handling really, really nice, and I made the move on Lyman, got past, and kept the lead for the rest of the race, which actually put us past Lewis Anderson and Dave Cameron for second in the point standings overall. So, I mean, to cap off the end of the season like that was amazing, especially for only my second year in a full-size car like that. I mean, it was a lot of fun.
Like we said, big leaps coming in 2018 for you, so which is really exciting. So how do you feel about the Lee schedule, and can you tell us a little bit about how your ride in this late model sportsman came to be, and talk to us about the design of the car, because this is a really good-looking race car as well.
Well, thank you very much, and that all goes to Connor McDougall. He does amazing work with wraps and everything like that. He's really good over there down in Rochester, but it's just going to be a lot on us. I mean, we have a small team. It's not a big team. I mean, it's no super late model, but I mean, it is a late model sportsman, which means we're gonna have a lot of fun. Big group of guys. It's going to be a whole lot of fun, definitely.
And who are some of the people that helped make this dream happen of yours? Who are some people that you would like to thank as sponsors?
Well, continuing with us into the 2018 season as our primary sponsor would be Kid Logic. We got Hall Construction coming back, Chasing the Checkered, Templeton Snowmobiles, and Overhead Door Options is our new sponsor. Brad Layton from the Bush North Series has decided to sponsor us this year, so we're really looking forward to it.
Awesome. Well, thank you for being a part of this Northeast Motorsports Expo, and we look forward to seeing you in 2018.
Thank you very much.
Welcome to LST Landscaping, where we've been providing complete landscape solutions to all of southern Maine since 1969. We specialize in year-round landscape maintenance and snow services, including weekly lawn mowing, seasonal cleanups, sweeping, mulching, and so much more. Many more customizable services are available upon request. Please call our office today at 207-878-1578 or visit our website, lstlandscapinginc.com.
Football fans, have we got a deal for you? VIP Tour and Charter Bus Company is offering round-trip transportation to Gillette Stadium to watch the New England Patriots make another run for the Super Bowl. Ride in style knowing we're doing the driving. So if you've got a ticket, we've got your ride. It doesn't get any better than that. Just log on to VIPChartercoaches.com, click on the Browse Book Tour button, and book your trip today. It's that simple. Relax and leave the driving to us, and we'll leave the tailgating to you.
Patman's Redemption and Agency Liquor Store is located at 95 Tanberg Trail in Windham, Maine. With over 400 feet of hard liquor and 15 doors of ice-cold beer and soda, Patman's can handle all of your beverage needs. And if it's wine on your agenda, we have over 300 varieties in stock. Then when the party's over, Patman's can handle all of your Maine returnables, and we welcome all bottle drives. And if you're late for the race, drop off the bottles and pick up the cash at your convenience.
Hey, this is Pat Man himself, just letting you know that Pat Man's is your one-stop shop for all your thirsty needs.
Mainly Motorsports, brought to you by
Moody's Collision Centers, now with 7 convenient locations: Gorham, Scarborough, Biddeford, Portland, Sanford, Lewiston, and now South Portland. Visit us at moodyscollision.com.
Scotch Recreation. Whether you're thinking about your first camper or looking to upgrade your current one, Scotch Recreation can help you. Get both our Route 202 Manchester and our Route 4 Turner locations, and online at scotchrecreation.com.
Welcome back to Mainly Motorsports, and it was nice to hear from the different drivers and their perspectives of being at the show, 2017 season, upcoming for 2018, and in particular, Bryce Maines. It was the first time, and I'd seen him around, obviously followed him, on the track and watched him, and really my first time to get to know him and get to interact with him. What a nice young man. You know what I mean? Real appreciative of the opportunity that his sponsors have given him and his car owner, and just a nice young man.
He has a team of people behind him that are so supportive of him, and it came out when I was interviewing him. His sponsor had basically paved the way for him to be in a position that he is in this season.
Yeah, and he gets it, And then another one, J.R. Robinson, taking his car, chasing that Actor title, and we don't have a lot of guys from Maine that chase that Actor, and I'm really excited about the 2018 ACT season and what Chris Machado has done, and over there at Thunder Road, and you know, they got a nice little compacted 9-race schedule. A couple of them are at Oxford, and really love to see J.R. Robinson end up in victory lane, and doing, when I talk about doing all the right things, there with the ACT Tour. Knows ACT needs a presence in Maine, and he brought his car and supported them and supported the show.
Another thing to note about him is that there weren't many ACT Tour cars there. I think he was the sole ACT Tour car there, and interacting with fans, had his family there with him, and it was just really cool to see someone, you know, going that, you know, just making that little extra effort to be there for the fans and to share more about the ACT Tour, and he was excited about their schedule coming up, so that was really cool to see.
And that's what we talked about, and you know, Zach Nicholson, you know, reigning runner-up at Beech Ridge now, he's got a lot of things going on different.
Big changes coming for him. So young. One year he's winning, last year, well, the year before, this past season, he won Rookie of the Year at Beech Ridge, and moving up so quickly. Got his first win at the end of this past season, and, you know, starting something new. Starting something new at a new track that he's more familiar with, because him and his family are from New Hampshire. One thing that we did talk about is how he did have a lot of family come out to support him at Beech Ridge, but now that base is going to grow even more, that he is going to be in his home state and making really exciting things happen in such a short span. So it's really cool to see such a young kid with so much talent making his way up through the ranks.
Yeah, no, absolutely, and you know, really wishing them all good luck for 2018, and who's going to be the next Zach Nicholson, you know, at a track, whether it's Wiscasset, Speedway 95, that has that great rookie year and then just backs it up and really becomes a legitimate championship threat. And I love to see that stuff, and I'm just so excited about 2018. And another thing I'm excited about is one of our advertisers. Now, here's a guy, when we talk about people getting it, here's a guy that gets it. His name's Ted or Jim. I call him Jim, some call him Ted Broadhurst. He owns E-Keys for Cars. I met him 3 years ago. I was interviewing Wayne Hallowell Jr. down at the Governor's Cup ACT Tour. You know, he was reigning champion, you know. He was standing there. Now, he sponsors Wayne. He asked somebody, who's that? What's going on there? And I'm doing the interview, and I hear somebody say, oh, that's Mainely Motorsports TV show up in Maine. And so I get done with Wayne. He comes over and introduces himself to me. He says, oh, you got a TV show? He goes, well, my business don't go to Maine, but he says, I'd like to help you out. What can I do? I said, oh, we got commercials. He said, yeah, send me a bill for a couple commercials. So he has been a supporter of Mainly Motorsports without having a business in Maine. And obviously, our show is shown in parts of New Hampshire that his businesses are. People watch it on YouTube or watch it online. So, you know, he's getting his value, but he really did it to support the show and support what we're doing. Well, finally, he's got his business in Maine. And you've probably already seen one of the commercials located right at the Auto Mile, right next to the old bowling alley, Southern Maine Motors. So happy that, you know, he's here in Maine now and going to become more and more involved with us at Mainly Motorsports. Going to have his E-Keys for Cars booth at the Racer Preview, along with the 2016 Oxford 250 champion Wayne Hallowell in the Bruce Bernhardt owned number 27. So when I talk about racers getting it, there's a sponsor that gets it. There was no value, and I hate saying this, but probably no value of him spending money with us. But he did it because it was the right thing to do, because he likes the sport, he likes what we're doing, even though it wasn't really in his market area. And now it's going to pay off, and now he's in Maine, so we can give back the little extra. And so it's no different. Drivers, tracks, promoters, sponsors, everybody's got to do the little extra.
And you know how many different times I've seen his logo at different racetracks in New Hampshire, even in Maine now. I also work on the Auto Mile, you know, every morning driving past. You know, if you want to make something happen, it will happen. You just got to make that effort. And like you said, you know, just doing a simple thing as getting on to commercials on Mainly Motorsports helped him make his mark in Maine, and now it's grown.
Yeah, no, so I appreciate it. So you'll see Jim or Ted, and I got to find out what I'm supposed to call him, but you'll see him up at the Racing Preview with the 2016 champ, and I call him now Little Bruce Bernhardt. You know, it used to be Big Bruce Bernhardt, but last I knew it was Little Bruce. So really excited about that. And a lot of exciting things happen around Racing Preview, and so the thing I'm most excited about that it's coming. You know, the LST presents Racing Preview 2018 at the Portland Expo. It's coming up the 23rd, 24th. Still plenty of time. If you're a vendor and you're looking for vendor space, if you got a car, contact your track. But it's filling up fast. So if you want to be there, now's the time to make it happen. So we're going to take a break. We come back and we'll talk with Amy about, I don't know, we'll talk about, I got to find out other things. I don't know if we're, like, who's our favorite baseball team? Who's our, you know, those are the important things here. We'll take a break and we'll be right back here on Mainly Motorsports.
Hi, this is Scott from Scott's Recreation. Most of you know that we're Maine's largest RV dealer, but did you know that we're New England's largest trailer dealer? We stock over 500 trailers, including dump trailers, open and enclosed cargo, ATV, side-by-side, utility, open and enclosed car haulers, equipment and implement trailers, and much more. We stock aluminum, galvanized, and steel trailers. We also stock horse trailers and livestock trailers. Great prices, huge selection, and no money down financing available to qualified applicants.
Scott's Recreation, Turner and Manchester, Maine.
Here we go again. Snow, ice, and freezing rain. Be ready with a new set of winter tires from Town Fair Tire. We stock Michelin, Goodyear, Bridgestone, Firestone, General, Uniroyal, Toyo, Yokohama, Continental, Pirelli. Every name brand at the guaranteed lowest price. Get to Town Fair Tire today and drive with confidence this winter. Because when it comes to saving you money on name brand snow and all-season tires, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
Welcome to Mainly Motorsports.
To order copies of a show, send a check or money order for $15, shipping and handling included, to Mainly Motorsports, 326 Roosevelt Trail, Windham, Maine, 04062. And please add a description of the show.
Well, welcome back to Mainly Motorsports. And you're probably too young to remember this, but years ago on WGME Channel 13 News, there used to be a segment called Where's Amy? And it was a lady by the name of Amy Sinclair, and she would show up everywhere. And one time the segment was Where's Amy? And her and Dave Ead were out to Beach Ridge in a car that I owned and a car that Mike Maeda owned, just racing, you know, in race cars. So so it gave me the idea. It was like, we don't even know who Amy is. So we know where Amy is, but who is Amy? I mean, how did you get the interest in motorsports?
It all started really randomly, which is kind of weird. You know, a lot of people, they'll grow into racing or become like an innate
They grew up in it.
thing.
Yeah.
And it just started right down the road in Saco, actually, the outdoor flea market. Me and my dad were walking around one day when I was a lot younger. I was probably about 8 years old. And I saw a table with a bunch of NASCAR stuff, a bunch of Dale Earnhardt stuff, Jeff Gordon. And I remember like vaguely watching a Daytona 500 earlier in my life when I was with my dad. He was a Dale Earnhardt fan, but not really too invested into NASCAR. And all I could think of was that Jeff Gordon won that race. And from that day on, I decided that Jeff Gordon was going to be my favorite driver. I started watching NASCAR all the time. I had my parents invest into a lot of different racing gear. Went to my first NASCAR race at New Hampshire and fell in love. Didn't really get back into the short racing scene. I went to Beach Ridge a few times when I was younger. Thursday nights, Saturday nights. And we couldn't really go every weekend. We were always playing sports when we were kids, but when I got close to graduating college, came back and started going to Beach Ridge weekly. And used to, most of the time, sit on the grandstand, sometimes, you know, splurge on that pit ticket, and got to know a lot of drivers and became friends with them, and it just skyrocketed from there. I've always been interested in racing since I was 8. And when I traveled with NASCAR last season, selling, not last year, but the season before, selling merchandise for Stuart Haas Racing. Got to go to places I'd never been before. Got to go to Daytona, got to go out to Sonoma, got to go to Texas, Phoenix. It was amazing seeing these racetracks that I've always grown up seeing on TV, and finally being able to be there. Met a lot of drivers. It was incredible. And then when that opportunity ended, I knew that my opportunities in racing weren't done. So I decided to get back into the short track racing scene. Started my own website, just wanted to get involved in any way I can, and now I'm here.
Here you are, and this is where you ended up. So, husband, boyfriend, kids?
None of that.
None. Favorite baseball team?
Boston Red Sox all the way.
What about hockey?
Bruins. I actually saw the Bruins last year when I was in Arizona.
What about basketball?
Not a huge basketball fan. Live? Okay. Celtics, obviously. I'm just Boston bred.
So, whoops. Sorry. And so now, who's your favorite NASCAR driver now? It's not Jeff Gordon.
It's Not Jack Gordon anymore. He'll always be like my childhood hero. I love Joey Logano. I got to see a different side of him that a lot of fans see when I was traveling with NASCAR. Got to access to the garage some races, and Joey was always there with a kid from Make-A-Wish or any kids with disabilities. Joey would always be in the pits visiting with families of kids that have cancer or something. I thought that was really cool to see that he wouldn't just say, like, you know, hi, sign an autograph, you know, and then walk away. He would sit down, invest time with these families that made their trip out to the racetrack, and it was really cool seeing him involved in, he was involved in a charity that I used to be personally involved with, and it was really cool seeing him give back, use his platform to give back and do something greater. And I love drivers that aren't only good drivers, but good people as well, so I thought Joey Logano was really awesome.
Jobs.
Yeah.
What do you work for jobs?
What do I work for what?
Jobs.
Oh gosh, I work a lot of jobs. I work at Patriot Subaru down in Saco. There's a lot of people in Beach Ridge scene that work down there. Dan Walker, Sue Walker, Alex P., who won a championship this past year on Thursday nights. Alex Dargy also races. He works there. Work at Patriot Subaru as an express service advisor. So if you've seen somebody that looks like me, it probably is me.
Yeah.
Also work at Texas Roadhouse in Scarborough. Worked there for about a year. I bake bread now. I used to be a hostess. Still do some of both. So a lot of people notice me there from the racing scene. And I also own my own website called Chasing the Checkered. And that's my website that I started.
So there you go. So now everybody knows a little bit more about Amy. So as you see her at the racing preview show, running around with a microphone, a camera, a notebook, and all that, you'll feel like you know a little bit more about who this woman is. And by that time, I promise you, you will have you in Mainly Motorsports attire. I mean, I know what you're doing. You just keep wearing this Patriot stuff. Yeah, you're bound to get it overnighted expressed to you, and so I don't have to look at that. But so no, I appreciate it. Really looking forward to it. Excited about the summer. You know, everybody that's come on board to be a part of, you know, Mainly Motorsports and bring what we do to you. Just going to make it bigger and better, and really excited about that. But we're going to take a break. We come back, and we're getting closer to the end, and then we get to go and have our Super Bowl parties, and I don't even know, I guess.
Hopefully this face will still be smiling in next week.
Next week.
Hi, I'm Sean Moody. We take pride in our facilities, and at Moody's, it's what's inside that matters. We believe it's more than just the exterior looking good, it's what's inside that matters. Restoring the structure of your vehicle to factory specs is critical to your safety. I'm proud of our Moody's co-worker owners who understand the importance of protecting your valuable asset. And we all know what our most valuable asset is. It's what's inside that matters.
Hi, I'm Johnny Wolf. Here at 21st Century Motors, we've been in business since 1972 and we take pride in our work. We have a large selection of pre-owned vehicles that are clean and ready. I personally drive and state inspect every vehicle we sell. We're experts at getting your car financed, whether you have good, bad, or no credit. We purchase vehicles several times a week, so there's always plenty to choose from. Come on in and make a deal today at 21st Century Motors in Gorham or online at 21stcenturymaine.com.
Ignition won't turn? Wait, don't tow it. It may just be a one key. Hi, I'm Jim Broadhurst, owner of eKeys for Cars of Saco. At eKeys for Cars, we'll diagnose your problem over the phone and give you a firm quote. No bait and switch here. Whenever or wherever you're stuck, eKeys for Cars will come to you. Call eKeys for Cars in Saco, the fast, affordable fix for your car key and lock needs.
Mainly Motorsports, brought to you by
Four Seasons Synthetic. See them for all your AMSOIL product needs. Town Fair Tire, with 6 locations in Maine: Auburn, Augusta, Bangor, Biddeford, South Portland, and Topsom. Well, welcome back to Mainly Motorsports, and another group that is a huge supporter of what we do here at Mainly Motorsports, as well as Mainly Awards, as we handle their banquet now, is the Nelcar guys. And Ed Getty's like the forefront speaker for that group, and they always have a nice display at the shows. They have great participation, and you know, Race of Preview will be no different. But Corey caught up with them up in Augusta, and it's always good to hear what Nelcar's got going on. And like I said, it's the feeder program, and you look at what some consider the top young driver in the state of Maine, and that's young Reed Lampher, where he came from. He came through the NELCAR Legends ranks. And now, the driver that I've touted, talked about, watched him from his first go-kart race to excited to go see him race at Oxford in the Pro All-Star Series, and that's young Austin Terrace, is your reigning NELCAR champion. So, anybody that can drive a legend car and has any talent can go to the next level, hence the Cassius Clarks of the world, the Corey Williams of the world, Reed Lamphers, and find success. And Austin Terrace is going to be no different. So let's hear what Ed Getty has to say about the Legends and Thursday Thunder and things that they do coming up in 2018.
All right, we're over here on the back wall, and we're here with Ed Getty with NELCAR Legends. Now, NELCAR Legends has been around for a long time now. How many years have you guys been together?
19 years.
19 years, so when you were 21.
That's right. Some of us are getting old, but it's so interesting that our tour has kids from 13 or 14 to some of us old-timers that, not me, but I'm almost there. The oldest is 71.
Yeah.
So there's a big spread. Of drivers and owners in this series. It's been a great series.
Well, I got to tell you that I go to all the different tracks throughout the summer, and everybody's excited to see the NELCAR Legends because you guys put on such a good show. It's very clean. Everybody races with respect, and I think the track owners that bring you guys in enjoy having you there because you take care of business. There's no problems, and if they need any adjustments to be made in their schedule, you guys are accommodating. So I got to say, good job on that.
We do, and we want to thank all the tracks that we race at. I mean, we race, again, this year our schedule, we have 23 tour races. We're going to be at Wiscasset, Speedway 95. We'll be at Beech Ridge, of course. Into New Hampshire, we'll be at Star and White Mountain. So we really tour all over, and we hope to see a lot of the folks, come out and support us. And we are very well organized, but we've had a lot of practice, and we work on the off season promoting our series, such as here at the Augusta Show and also in Portland. And please check out our website. It's nelcar.net, and it'll have our schedule and a lot of history about our organization, which there is a lot. We've had many drivers that are pro stock champions and winners that have come up through Legends, and in every division from pro stock to modified, super modified, sport series. A lot of them come right up through Legends, because if you can drive a Legend car, you can drive about most any other car. Now, whether you become a champion or not, that has a lot of other talent. But yeah.
Well, I know we've probably touched on this in the years past, but this is a great stepping stone for some of these kids that show real good strength in karting.
Yeah.
They jump into a Legend car, kind of gives them the idea of going real fast and little wheels. So it's a great stepping stone, and then next thing you know, they're winning Pro Stock Championship.
Yeah, because it's got a short wheelbase, so you really have to learn how to drive the car.
Yeah.
And once you do, then the bigger car you go, it's a little bit more forgiving, and you've now learned how to handle a race car.
Right.
And these are a real race car. You're only 4 inches off the ground, running at about 85 mile an hour with open wheels. Yeah. It's exciting to be in the car besides being in the grandstand.
Well, I'm sure everybody will enjoy seeing these guys at all the local tracks this summer. Beech Ridge every Thursday night still?
Yes, it's 11 Thursday nights this year. They went from 10 to 11. It starts early in June and goes until the latter part of August, and starts at 7 this year. We're fifth out. We're the first division after the intermission of the 8 divisions. So you want to really get there early and get a good seat there at Beech Ridge.
All right, well, thank you, Ed. I always appreciate seeing you at the show, and we'll see you this summer.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Welcome to LST Landscaping, where we've been providing complete landscape solutions to all of southern Maine since 1969. We specialize in year-round landscape maintenance and snow services, including weekly lawn mowing, seasonal cleanups, sweeping, mulching, and so much more. Many more customizable services are available upon request. Please call our office today at 207-878-1578 or visit our website, lstlandscapinginc.com.
Hi, I'm Andy Austin with exciting news about a new division of Beech Ridge Motor Speedway designed to bring new people to weekly racing. Here's series founder Dan Wolf.
Thanks, Andy. Our goal was to create cheap, easy-to-build race cars. Bone stock production cars with a simple 4-point roll cage and proper safety equipment.
We've named them the 21st Century Motors Street Devils. Our 2017 rulebook and schedule are available at beechridge.com and at Street Devils Racing on Facebook.
The future of auto racing has always been street car divisions because of the low cost.
Some folks are building cars and sharing the driving duties. There's even an all-star car to allow celebrities to try out the Street Devil and a 2-seat driver's ed car so you can take a few laps.
Get information about our mentor program, low-cost safety equipment, roll cage kits, and videos on how to build one at Street Devils Racing on Facebook.
So, form a team, build a car, and come join us this summer as we kick off the 21st Century Motors Street Devil Division at Beech Ridge Motor Speedway.
Well, as we wrap up this week's edition of Mainly Motorsports, once again, thank Amy, and as she takes on a more prominent role, at some point, you'll be sitting here and I'll be sitting there. That's my ultimate goal. You'll be telling me what to do.
It'll be interesting. I'm definitely getting the hang of it. I was a little nervous up in Augusta, but as soon as you do that first interview and, get to talking to people, it's so easy.
Yeah, and as you get comfortable and you know what you're talking to them about, and as you learn more about drivers and events and tracks, yeah, then it's like second nature, I mean, I used to write notes off to the side, so I'd ask you a question, and as the camera was focused on you, I'd see what my next note is. Now, I don't want to say I'm confident or anything like that, but I wing it. Just like we walk in here, and anybody that comes in, and I'm sure you're like, there's no script, right? I mean, we sit down like, hey, let's just go with it, and that's what we end up with. So, no, it's fun, and I'm looking forward to Race and Preview and giving you some more on-floor experience.
I'm definitely looking forward to it, and those roundtable discussions that we're having, if any driver wants to be involved in it, feel free to reach out to either me or Steve. And we've been talking about driver involvement throughout this entire show. And if you want to be on it, we'll give you the opportunity to come and talk to your fellow competitors, to come talk to
throw
different
some
drivers.
things around. And like I said, Speedway 95, Wiscasset, those we're gonna and it's kind of going to take the place of when I have the promoters come in and they sit here through an episode as we get close to the season and talk about that. We want to, give the management team, all of them, and let's just talk about the track and what their season, and then we'll pencil them in on an upcoming episode of Mainly Motorsports, and that'll be the show. So, really excited about it. Thank you to you again. Thank you for all your hard work going on behind the scenes, and that's where we can make the show better. Is that behind the scenes work, and a little bit more preparation that goes out there, and bringing the product back to the viewers, and there's nothing better than a show that when you find things out about, I had no idea, and you find things out about drivers or sponsors or teams or anything, and I'm excited about 2018.
I'm definitely excited too. Making connections is what it's going to be all about for me, being new to a lot of different tracks around the area, and it's just really exciting, and I'm just looking forward. I love the racing community, so I'm looking forward to meeting new people and creating new experiences. It's going to be really, really cool.
And if all goes right, weather-wise and everything, next week we'll hear from our NASCAR connections, Derek Nealon and Archie St. Hilaire, about the upcoming NASCAR season, and in particular Daytona, as they prepare for the season in the Go Fast number 32 that Archie and his son Mason own. And then Derek getting closer and closer and closer to the top of that pinnacle of NASCAR with driver Kyle Larson. So really looking forward to that for next week's show. But we hope you all enjoyed this week's episode of Mainly Motorsports, and we'll see you next time right here on Mainly Motorsports.